let's get you all caught up on the top stories and headlines from across the U.S. The first one I was telling you about at the end of Fox 10 Extra. Remember, we have a new 7 o'clock show. Did you all know that? News Now is a part of that. I do 2 live hits from right here on the News Now set. It's been a lot of fun with Mark Martinez, Christina Carrilla, Jennifer Ah. We're having a great time on Fox 10 Extra News at 7. Join us if you're in Arizona, you have a TV. It's channel 45 or cable 9. And you don't get to see the whole show like 10 a.m. to noon with Mike like you do here on the stream, but you get to see the live hits if you're not in Arizona. So let me know what you think. Have you been watching? So this first story out of North Carolina, about a dozen firefighters arrested in an arson investigation. Turns out they're the main suspects. Let's find out exactly why.
It's a sad day when you have a law enforcement officer, or a firefighter, or EMS person, emergency person, but we out here serving the public, working for a public servant when we get out and do this kind of things.
Disturbing allegations out of North Carolina as 10 volunteer firefighters are arrested and charged in connection with an arson conspiracy spanning over 2 years. According to Sheriff Ken Seeley, the 10 suspects intentionally set fires to abandoned homes and wooded areas throughout the Fairmont and Orem areas of Robeson County.
Generally, we're looking, when we see this nationally, it's an individual or maybe 2, but when you see 10, it kind of makes it unique.
So far, there have been over 90 arson-related charges filed, with more charges and arrests expected in the near future. Officials say the fires cost taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars and led to significant property damage. Authorities have not yet identified a motive. A North Carolina state marshal reminding the public, though, that most volunteers only have good intentions.
I can tell you the vast majority of those folks are hard-working, dedicated volunteers that are out protecting the lives of the people in their fire districts.
In addition to the 10 firefighters, a police officer and corrections officer have also been charged in connection to this case. All are expected to make their first court appearances on Wednesday. Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
I think the most surprising thing of that story is they say that it's costing taxpayers a ton of money, and they don't know the motives. They don't know exactly why those accused of doing such a thing are doing it. Okay, well, have you ever had an instance where you go to a hospital or a doctor for something, you know, like an annual checkup or just something routine, and then you discover another issue? Or in this case out of Florida, a gas attendant got punched in the face, and it turned out to be a medical discovery that could have saved his life.
David Miller says he refused to sell alcohol to the customer because it was past the legal cutoff time. Even though the punch turned out to be temporarily painful, it was also an amazing stroke of luck.
First, look at this video. It was captured Sunday morning by surveillance cameras. In it, you can see the unknown man bring alcohol from the cooler. That's when David Miller, the clerk, went over to explain you can't buy it after 3. David takes the beer back to the cooler. He says the guy started cursing him out. Then they start arguing as David tries to kick him out of the store. That's when the unknown man punched the clerk, someone who is twice his age.
If he's smart, he'll turn himself in, and all I want is to see him turn a new leaf and have a better life. My God turns evil to good. Because of this, I got a CAT scan of my head to make sure he hadn't done any real damage. And because of that, they found a small benign brain tumor that will get treated in an early stage now. This could also turn out to be a very good thing for him. He could get rehab because of this. He could change his life today because of this mistake.
If you think you recognize the man who threw the punch, David says to give police a call because it just might change his life for the better. In Tampa, Evan Axelbank, Fox 13 News.
Wow, benign tumor, that man said there, but he's hoping whoever did it to him will turn a new leaf. Okay, we're going to take you out to Texas now for this next top story. Former workers at a detention facility detail what they see as problems.
Once an elementary school, the building before you is a holding facility for undocumented immigrant children. and it's been operating in Harris County almost entirely off the public radar since 2010.
I've seen them climbing over the fences at nighttime. They came in my yard many a times. I've seen them hiding.
Longtime Lynchburg area resident Gregory Dawson can bear witness that many of the undocumented children who come here simply cut and run.
Up to 20 or more.
20 or more escapees?
Yes, sir.
And those are just the ones you've seen?
That's just the ones I've seen.
Nadine Goodney says she has feared for her grandkids' safety ever since Baptist Children and Family Services quietly invaded her neighborhood during the Obama administration.
Who's to know that these people aren't going to get out there and attack them, steal them, kill them, rob them? I don't know what's going to happen at nighttime.
I said, this is, our neighborhood, and we have kids, and they said, this ain't y'all's neighborhood any longer.
Speaking exclusively and anonymously to Fox 26, two former BCFS workers. They offered us detailed inside knowledge of the highly secretive shelter.
While I was employed there, I know of 3 escapes. And once they're over that fence, we cannot touch them.
Both confirmed witnessing violence among the mostly Central American teenagers under detention.
There was some that had been gang affiliated, some that were down here because they were running from gangs.
Right. Did you get a sense that some of these kids were dangerous?
Yes.
And were capable of committing violence?
Yes.
The former BCFS workers also confirmed alarming rates of disease among the detainees, with little or no ongoing official oversight from state or local inspectors.
Some of them had TB. We had to walk around the facility with masks on, a lot of scabies, sexually transmitted diseases.
Like I said, the scabies was a big thing there, and the protective stuff they tell you to wear, you just still didn't feel safe with that, because you still had to go home to your family.
Both former workers believe the facility should be shut down.
Somebody's getting rich behind this.
Definitely.
They're paid per kid per day.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely. That's why they hated it when they ran away.
All right, next top story. We're going to take you out to California, where we're hearing that a woman was denied a manicure because she has lupus.
I've never felt more like a leper and more judged in Orange County.
Emotional testimony from Jennifer Dreyer Brown, who still feels humiliated days after posting this video.
I've never been so mortified in my entire life.
Last Friday, she was denied a manicure at This Happy Nails off of Golden Lantern in Laguna Niguel, all because of her lupus symptoms.
They said, "You're contagious," and I said, "No, I have lupus. It's not contagious."
It was the hottest day of the year, and the sun had caused her lupus scars to flare up.
It was 110 degrees out. I was wearing a sundress. I have lupus. I have scars all over my body. I've had it for 15 years. When I go in the sun, I get blisters. They pop, they peel, they scar.
Lupus is a lifelong autoimmune disorder where the body attacks its own healthy tissue, often leading to inflammation or rashes on the skin. It is not contagious. In her video, Brown says Happy Nails did give her a pedicure, but refused to work on her hands.
And I said, "Why is that?" And she goes, "Well, your skin." And I said, "What about my skin? My fingers, there's nothing wrong with them." And she goes, "No, the rest of you."
After Brown posted the video to Facebook, the Happy Nails in Laguna Niguel was flooded with angry one-star reviews on Yelp as people came to her defense.
In her mind, she was not treated right.
Scott Wellman is the corporate attorney for Happy Nails. He says employees were just trying to follow rules.
The law is clear that if a customer shows up with either infection or sores or abrasions or discoloration on their arms or hands or skin, then the law mandates that the manicures cannot do a service.
He tells me that even though lupus is not contagious, employees may not have known that.
These are almost all very hard working immigrants who speak little English. They are Vietnamese. They're taught by the state of California what they can and can't do.
Wellman tells me he feels bad about the situation and he hopes to be able to make it up to Brown.
If we can fix it, we will fix it. Happy Nails does not discriminate. Would like to take care of this young lady if we can.
I'd be more than happy to make amends with them and help them raise awareness that people with lupus are not contagious or infectious or have anything wrong with them.
That was Bill Malugin reporting for Fox 11. Los Angeles. Okay, well, anytime you go to the store, could be groceries, could not, because there's stores that have carts that aren't grocery stores. You know, I can think of some like home improvement stores and other stuff like that. But anytime you go to get a cart, do you inspect it? Do you look at like the handles? Do you look inside? Do you make sure nobody left anything in like the child seat area? Do you use like antibiotic wipes and wipe it down? Do you do anything in terms of shopping carts ever? And I'm continuing to keep a close eye on the YouTube chat because some people are still talking about that lupus story from California. This next story is about a woman cutting her hand on a razor blade in a shopping cart.
Yesterday, like we could have been here yesterday. That could have been me like pushing my hand on the cart and who would stab my hand. Luckily it didn't happen to me today, but who knows what could happen next time I'm by myself.
Kelsey Martinez shocked by these images of a woman's finger sliced open from a blade under the handle of her shopping cart at the Walmart in East Windsor.
What do you even do in that scenario?
Her dad up from Florida helping her move, and once he's gone, she won't have any family around.
Well, that bothers me because my daughter comes here, so I would not want that to happen to her.
Shoppers we spoke with very concerned.
Be more alert and concerned.
There have been similar situations at Walmart and other stores across the country. Many times the blades weren't placed on the shopping carts to harm anyone, but instead the work of shoplifters to cut open packages. In a statement to Fox 61, Walmart says, "It's disturbing that someone would purposefully try to injure a customer or associate. We take this matter seriously and have since checked all shopping carts and are currently conducting regular checks."
And while it is your natural reaction to just put both hands on the cart and start pushing, many people that we're speaking with here at this Walmart parking lot are saying they're going to think twice the next time they put their hands on a cart. Reporting in East Windsor, Esther Castro, Fox 61 News.
Wow, these top stories that I've been showing you guys today have been getting some pretty interesting comments on the YouTube chat. We always appreciate your participation here at News Now. We like the dialogue. We like the discussion. We get to know each other better. That's the whole purpose of a chat, right? All right. So I like to bring you animal-related stories anytime I can. It's summertime. What does that mean for animals? This next story is about keeping county fair animals cool.
Fans blow cool air on the livestock at the Santa Barbara County Fair, providing much-needed relief for these cattle.
It's been pretty hot. It was 110 this weekend. It's been way up there.
The heat is a big concern, especially for animals in a new and unfamiliar environment.
They can often get stressed out. They'll stop eating, and it can cause a lot of health problems for them.
For some livestock, like turkeys, hot temperatures can spell big trouble.
They're so fluffy, they have so many feathers, and they're bred to be fat. So because of that, the heat just kind of soaks into them, and they get overheated and die.
Prevention is vital and must be kept up throughout the day.
Put fans on them, spray them with cool water, keep their heads wet, keep them shaved, because their heads is where they regulate the temperature of their body.
Especially important for their health and to get them feeling normal as they get ready to show.
Keep them cool and comfortable, or else they'll get anxious and they'll not be themselves. They won't drink and they'll not feel well.
All the students I spoke with said they are paying very close attention to the weather forecast this week and are excited that cooler temperatures are on the way.
It's definitely a relief to know that throughout the week it's going to start cooling down, especially since the shows are going to start. It's going to become a more stressful time for us and the animals.